let it be the HULs or the Godrej of the world, they know it takes a lot of marketing effort and years of marketing efforts to crack the rural market and to establish brand loyalty, because the rural people are now very well read, they are also educated, so they are aware of what's going on in the market. At the same time, they are very price sensitive. They do not want cheap products, they want accessible and economical products at a quality. So definitely, since it takes a lot of time for any leading brand to establish brand loyalty in the rural market, they definitely cannot take it for granted.
Obviously, there's a huge amount of activity which is happening there. So, when you address something, when you say what is the strategy for going rural, I think it's essentially having a very clear local strategy in that region. Essentially saying, how do I do stuff in that region which will appeal to people? How do I appeal to people in their language? While you're in the urban space, there's a lot of Hindi, English, which you can get on by. But certainly as you start going more and more to tier 3, as you keep going down the tiers and you start moving into the rural space, your language starts playing a very important role. I think as we get more technology into the rural space, I think we'll see a lot of productivity expanding, a lot of new opportunities opening up for the rural, the markets. So yeah, absolutely, I think brands can't take it for granted.
As far as the rural markets goes, I will divide it into two. One is the cash-rich class, the agricultural, the owners, landowners, and the price-sensitive poor class. So there the markets are actually twofold. One, the rural people who are poor, they look for cheap products, but definitely they do look at the quality. So you can't sell them anything and everything. If you look at the rural markets, you may find a Volkswagen, a Honda City, and also a Maruti 800 or the Altos. Rural people also educated today, so they look for cheap brand with good quality is what they look for. They are quite educated and no company can take them for granted.
Definitely digital marketing. Okay, the current the traditional media of print and other mediums are going down. Okay, they still remain to be a trigger for many buying behavior, but later on the people come on to digital marketing in terms of internet to make their final buying decision. Okay, because internet is growing at a rate of 35% annually, and it's more accessible now.
Clearly, every company today is going for their e-commerce sites.
And I think what's happening is you are seeing companies starting to adapt and have strategies at a regional level and at a local level, which may not be the same which they do at a national level. So I think what you are also seeing is people have a national plan when they go do advertising through TV and stuff. But I think a lot of companies are focusing on BTL. Which is the below the line. So I think a lot of thrust is happening on below the line activities. People around are smarter. They see a good trend and they are able to latch onto it. And I think the companies which can start to get on the bandwagon quickly are the ones which will succeed.
So definitely digital is the way ahead. It is very evident by the recent e-commerce boom. Okay, but it also comes with a lot of question that many e-retailers are not making any money. That's because it's at a nascent stage now. Okay, it's still in growing stage. It definitely once after a few years, it's definitely going to break even, and it's going to be one of the most profitable models in the country.
So I think the companies which can leverage that technology are really going to be best placed. You're going to see that happen even in the rural space, and companies which aren't able to get onto the bandwagon early will actually see themselves fall by the wayside. So yeah, I actually see that technology, this whole onset of social media, I think there's going to be a lot of crowdsourcing. So there's a whole lot of stuff which is going to be made available through the use of technology, and I see the technology absolutely playing a vital role going forward.